Whoa, this is my all-time favorite fragrance, my friends. 3 fragrances that are gonna make you smell rich, wealthy, and affluent. Let's get into it. What's up, my friends? I want to remind you to like and subscribe to our channel because we do giveaways every month, and the way for you to qualify is by being a subscriber. So make sure to do that. Watch our videos all the way through. That way you know when the giveaway will take place and what it is that we'll be giving you guys. So make sure to do that. Let's get back into the video. I am super excited about this video because I'm giving you 3 fragrances that are going to make you smell rich, wealthy, and affluent. And I've saved the absolute best one for last. So let's get right into number 3 on our list. And this fragrance right here is a very affordable fragrance. It's a definite inspired by a clone of the fragrance Tuxedo by YSL. That fragrance is super sought after, but it's really expensive. So I found an inspired by fragrance that's gonna make you smell rich, wealthy, and affluent, and you're not gonna break the bank, not even come close. It is a fantastic fragrance that's gonna garner you compliments and attention anywhere that you go. And the beautiful part about it is it looks beautiful and it smells wonderful. And that fragrance is none other than Adorn. This fragrance is beautiful, captivating, and luxurious. It is greater than the sum of its parts. And what shocks me the most is the price. You're definitely not going to break the bank. In fact, if you work a part-time job making minimum wage, you could definitely afford this fragrance, and it's going to elevate the way that you arrive to any occasion. It is a wealth-driven fragrance. It makes you seem rich and affluent. It's definitely one that I could see the Prince of Dubai wearing to a wedding or a formal event. This is a fragrance to garner you attention, compliments, and really boost your overall confidence, aura, and charisma. If you're looking for that next best fragrance to really set you apart from the rest of the audience that you're around, to really make you stand out in the crowd, to make people turn their heads and wonder where you come from and who you are and what you do, it is this guy right here. It is a beautiful, elegant, luxurious fragrance that's going to captivate an audience that you're around. You might as well call the police because it's going to be a dangerous fragrance to work with. You're going to get compliments everywhere that you go, no matter where you are. My friends, this one is beautiful. Let's take a little whiff. Woo! It's fantastic. I love this one because it has the pressurized atomizer. It is beautiful, it is lovely, and it is worth every penny. You would never think about the price, right? You would never think it is at the price point that it's at because of the quality of the performance and everything that entails this fragrance. When it comes to projection, I give it a good solid 8 out of 10. When it comes to longevity, I give it about 6 to 8 hours. It lasts you pretty much all day. I do about 6 to 8 sprays of this when I wear it, and it lasts me throughout the entire day. I get compliments galore because the scent trails are amazing. So if you want to level up your aura to smell like the rich, wealthy, and affluent, this is the number 3 fragrance to do it with. We're going to put the notes right here up on the screen for you. So when it comes to this fragrance, it has top notes of pink pepper, coriander, and mandarin with a little bit of violet as well. I think the most prominent note on the top end is definitely the pink pepper and absolutely the mandarin. The mandarin and the pepper mix together really well on the top end. And then in the middle, it has cedar, patchouli, and oak moss. Definitely get that cedar note within the first hour. Patchouli definitely does stand out as well, but still the most prominent note is definitely the mandarin. And then it has base notes of ambergris, vanilla, and benzoin. Those 3 notes come together so eloquently to just top off this fragrance to make it such a pivotal, wealth-driven fragrance that you will have in your collection if you pick it up. I'd say the pink pepper and mandarin are definitely the most prominent notes within this body of work. This is definitely influenced by Tuxedo by the house of Yves Saint Laurent, but it is slightly different in the sense that the mandarin sticks out a little bit more and punches through on the top end, and then subtly diminishes over time to where the benzoin and the other fragrance notes really punch through over the mandarin. But this is a fantastic fragrance, going to garner you compliments and attention anywhere that you go, and you're not going to break the bank. The number 2 fragrance on our list that's going to make you smell rich, wealthy, and affluent is one fragrance that I absolutely adore. I love this fragrance so much that I wear it almost every single day. It is beautiful, it is elegant, it is smooth, and it definitely makes me smell rich, wealthy, and affluent every time I apply this fragrance. And it is by the house of Le Labo, and it is called Gaiac 10. My friends, this is the Tokyo City exclusive. If you're familiar with how Le Labo works, they have a signature scent per major city that they have a store in. So this is their Tokyo version of that. You can only buy this fragrance throughout the year if you visit Tokyo. That's how exclusive it truly is. However, with Le Labo, they have one time throughout the year where they offer every city exclusive at every store, and it typically lands around October-ish. So if you want to pick this one up, I would highly recommend you to wait until October, or if you want it like within the next few days, you got to fly to Tokyo, my friend. But it is a beautiful fragrance. Definitely makes me feel rich, wealthy, and affluent. And I absolutely adore this fragrance so much because it's smooth, luxurious, and wondrous. It is a definite curious fragrance that makes people think when you're around them, and it gets them interested and curious as to what exactly the fragrance is. This one has a wonderful proximity score with like an 8 to 10 foot ratio, meaning that if people are within 8 to 10 feet of you, they're gonna smell it on you, and it is a wonderful smell. Projection wise, it is super solid. I range it from like 7.5 to 8.5 out of 10. Longevity pretty much lasts all day. I do about 6 to 9 sprays every time I use it, and I never have to reapply. It is a fantastic fragrance. You're gonna roughly pay around $200 to $300 for this guy, maybe even a little bit more, depending on inflation, all that jazz. But it is a fantastic fragrance, and I definitely think it's worth the money in gold. Woo! It is fantastic, my friends. I definitely would recommend this for anybody that just wants to boost their aura, their confidence, and just be that person in the room that everybody magnetically gravitates towards. It is that fragrance. We're going to put the notes up here on the screen. One thing that I love about this guy is it has a very simple DNA. So let's talk about it. When it comes to Gaiac 10, it is definitely a woody, musky, powdery fragrance. And on the top end, it has some musk, and then middle notes of Gaiac wood, and then base notes of cedar and olibanum. This fragrance DNA is super simple. I definitely would say that the musk and the Gaiac wood are the most prominent notes within this fragrance. Towards the back end of the dry down, you definitely get those cedar notes that punch through perfectly and just encapsulate sophistication within this fragrance. So if you want to smell rich, wealthy, and affluent, this is definitely the fragrance to do it with. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but it's worth every penny. Finally, the number one fragrance on our list to make you smell rich, wealthy, and affluent is in fact my favorite fragrance of all time. The reason it's my favorite fragrance is because I've never smelled anything like this. It's so good that I've chosen to wear it at my significant life events. I wore it on the day of my wedding, and I wore it when my son was born. When I first placed him on my chest, skin to skin, and I got to hold him in my arms. I made sure to wear my absolute best fragrance so that I can remember this moment even more vividly than if I wasn't wearing fragrance. Because fragrance just boosts every moment, and it helps put yourself back into that situation that you were in. So I had to bring out the best for that. And I have a daughter coming on the way within the next several months, and who knows, I might wear this fragrance again or choose a more feminine fragrance because I am having a daughter. We'll see, but I absolutely adore this fragrance. It cost me roughly around $300 to $400, and it is such an emotional fragrance to me. I love it so much. It is a precious fragrance, and I hold it close to my heart, and it's none other than the Cellier by Byredo. This fragrance is everything that I've ever asked for in a fragrance. It is luxurious, it is smooth, it is intoxicating, it is seductive, and it is unforgettable. When it comes to my favorite fragrances of all time, this one right here is it. It is beautiful, it is wondrous, it is curious, it is fantastic. Oh my goodness, my fave, absolutely 100%. I absolutely adore this one so much. I've been wearing it now for several years, and it is just a fragrance that it will never not have in my collection. I love the DNA in this. I absolutely have the fragrance notes memorized, but we're going to refer to our favorite website, fragrancelocator.com, just to unpack the DNA. When it comes to Cellier, it has top notes of cashmere and black tea, and then middle notes of leather and tobacco leaf, and then base notes of birch and oak moss. Definitely within this fragrance, the one that stands out the most is the leather, but it's not a very aggressive and offensive leather. It's a more subtle, smooth, glorified leather that really settles in and synergistically blends with the oak moss so well. There's even hints of that black tea that just embody this one to make it seem in a class of its own. There's nothing else like this fragrance, my friends. When it comes to the tobacco leaf, that one mixed with the cashmere and the leather, all three of those come together so perfectly to really make you remember this fragrance. It is so unforgettable, my friends, and it is definitely a little bit more expensive, but you're paying for high quality ingredients. You're paying for great stuff. So I would highly recommend. This one is setting off the alarms. This one is blowing people's minds for how good it truly is. If you're looking for that next fragrance to make you smell rich, wealthy, and affluent, this is the one to do it with. My friends, remember where you heard it first. We're going to put the link in the description for all the fragrance that we talked about today, but let's give this one a spray and a smell. Whoa! This is my all-time favorite fragrance, my friends. It is beautiful. It takes me back to those very special moments that have happened in my life. They make me so emotional anytime I smell this one, and it brings so much joy to my heart. My friends, if you want the next best fragrance, this is the one to do it with. Remember where you heard it first. Well, there you have it, my friends. All three fragrances that'll make you smell rich, wealthy, and affluent. I hope that this video brought value to you, and I hope that it met your expectations when you clicked on the thumbnail. My friends, make sure to like and subscribe so you could be qualified for the giveaway like we mentioned earlier. Also, we're going to put a video up right here for you in case you want to learn more about fragrances that can be your signature scent. If you're looking for that one fragrance to really set you apart from the rest, take a look at this video. It could be helpful for you. But my friends, my name is Parfum. I'm blessed and grateful to be your host today. I couldn't do this without you. I hope that you've taken time today to connect with Jesus and maybe read your Bible or pray, because it makes you have just a better life, because we get to realize of the sacrifice that Jesus has made for each one of us. My friends, Jesus has changed my life. He's changed me from a drug addict to now being 9 years sober, to being living on the streets, to now having a home of my own and a beautiful family with a dream job. Guys, I encourage you, do it because he changed my life. Once again, my friends, my name is Parfum. We'll see you next time.